Today is Sunday, which means another The Living Tombstone FNAF song review. But it also means that I need to drop my most controversial take on my channel, because I don't particularly like the FNAF 2 song that much. I mean, it's obviously iconic and there are some strengths to it. Like, the instrumental itself is very well made. I generally have no complaints about it outside of the drums being a little boring. The mixing, mastering, and layering are well done in my opinion. And the melody is obviously extremely iconic, as I feel like most people find that to be the most memorable part of the song. The intro and the outro also feel really nice, as both pace the song really well and feel like a soft introduction and a comforting exit. I'd say with all the positives I just brought up, there's some exceptions to everything somewhere in the song, but instead of ranting about tiny nitpicks, I'm gonna get to the actual meat and potatoes of my complaints, which mainly lie in the battling themes of the song and its confusing lyrical content. First off, the singing isn't my favorite part of the song, because in some sections it sounds bad, but in general it's pretty good. Although despite it being the most memorable part of the song, the dubstep in combination with the singing feels incredibly out of place. You could argue that this is supposed to show a mix of sadness and rage, but I just find it so striking sonically that I can't really imagine a scenario where this fits, and instead just sounds really jarring to me. Now, another thing is the absolutely nonsensical lyrics, and I'll read out some examples. Justification is killing me, but killing isn't justified. Okay. Who the fuck is justifying anything that happened at the Fazbear locations? Am I just completely misunderstanding this lyric, or is it genuinely saying I'm feeling bad and killing is bad? I mean, is this supposed to be some sort of comment on the morality of war? I mean, you could argue that this is the idea of her taking revenge on the person who murdered her child, but isn't the whole point of all this that he's out on the loose? That the person doing these crimes hasn't been captured? That's the whole thing that's making her feel bad earlier throughout the song, no? There never being any justice for the killer? I mean, she later says that she doesn't even fully know what happened to her son, because the investigation couldn't even find the bodies. This is the worst offender by far, but there's also such lines as, I wish I lived in the present with the gift of my past mistakes, but the future keeps soaring in like a pack of snakes. Which confuses me because people say they don't live in the present because they're still living in the past. But then she says that the future is luring in? And why a pack of snakes? One, snakes don't travel in packs. Wait, okay, do they? Okay, no they don't. 2, is the future being deceptive and opportunistic? Because these traits don't make any sense. What traits are you even trying to give to the future by calling it a snake? And 3, how does one even live in the future? The last line I want to go over is this revenge I am seeking, or seeking someone to avenge me? Stuck in my own paradox, I want to set myself free. Because this isn't a paradoxical statement. A paradox is a logically self-contradicting sentence, not a contradiction or an internal conflict of morals. This pisses me off a bit, but it's just part of a bigger problem for the whole song having bad writing. Anyways, I don't know how much longer I can rant about the lyrics without getting death threats, so I'm just gonna throw it into C tier, so we can move on to something hopefully better next week.